One of the quickest ways that I've discovered, and really the most practical way to tap into your spiritual self, is through the practice of meditation. And I can't tell you how many times I've tried to encourage others to meditate. And what I've learned is there's nothing that I can do that's going to make you do something that you're not ready for, that you don't want to do. Because sometimes it's, I remember when I started getting these pings, like, you should meditate. I didn't know what the hell meditation was. My idea of meditation was like, I remember the Buddha like sitting under this tree. So it's like, oh, maybe I'll go sit under a tree and just be quiet. And at the end of the day, that's really all that it is. If you have a body and breath and, if you're a human being that's alive and able to see this, you have those things, you can meditate and you can begin to almost like get through the filters that are there that are blocking that inner light. And the other day I was sitting outside, and nature is a phenomenal teacher because nature doesn't wear a mask. Nature is, and I was observing the clouds and they were just kind of like passing by, and this is how I've always thought about thoughts during meditation, that it's not something that you're going to sit there and judge, like, this is a bad thought, why am I thinking this? It just is, and you allow it to just float on by. And what inevitably happens is if you have a thought and you focus on it, that clouds become 2 clouds, 3 clouds, 5 clouds, and before you know it, your whole entire being is clouded. So what I'm getting at is the sun, whether or not you're seeing it or not, it's there, it's shining. And the clouds, the rain, big white fluffy clouds, dark clouds, whatever it is, it's a filter for that sun because it's there. And that's kind of how I began to relate to my own, the light within, the divinity within, is that whether or not I can see it, it is unmutable. There is no way that I can possibly disconnect from it. It's part of me. Now the question is, am I continuously and unknowingly entertaining thoughts, ideas, memories, conversations that are clouding that light, that are creating this filter where that light is not able to shine through? So the meditation practice, and it's a practice, it's not something that you're going to be awesome at right away. I've been meditating for 8 years, and a couple of years in, I went and lived with these monks in Thailand, and I'll never forget it. I did 26 days without talking to anyone. It was like a full-blown Vipassana meditation, but I had like 5 minutes a day where this monk was my guide, my teacher, and really he didn't say much to me. He just kind of let me say what I needed to say. And I'll never forget being like, so when am I going to start meditating? And he was like, what are you talking about? You are meditating. I was like, no. Like, when am I going to start, seeing things, and experiencing things? People talking about how they leave their bodies, or all of a sudden they're standing in this meadow and they see this horse. I wasn't having anything like that. What was happening to me was all of the horrid memories that I had inside of me began to come up. Because what happens is these super, super low vibrating feelings, guilt, shame, resentment, that are the bottom levels of consciousness, those reside in you. And unless you are willing to look at them, they are going to stay there with you. You have to release them, and the way to release them is to acknowledge them. I growing up, I had a tumultuous relationship with somebody in my family, and it's so interesting because I always thought that one of the things that I was holding on to was this anger that I had towards this individual. And what was really eye-opening was that's something that I forgave a long time ago. What I was truly holding on to was the guilt and the shame that I had within myself for the ways that I treated this person, for the way that I reacted to this person, for the things that I said. And, that kept me in a space of really feeling like not good enough. I wasn't good enough because I was such a bad person. And, and these, of course, are all lies. You're amazing. You're magical. You're everything good that you can imagine. But it's almost like during the pandemic, we were forced inside of our houses, and all of a sudden you began to notice things in your environment that really were not in exact alignment with you. For me, I hate this bathroom color. Like, I've been living here for over a year, and every time I've walked into the bathroom, I thought this color is the worst. And so, I finally decided I'm going to do something about that. Or, this pillow is so uncomfortable. I need to get a new pillow, but we're in our lives, always being distracted. Look at this. You need to do this. You need to go there. Oh, don't forget about the laundry, pick up the kids, whatever it is. You're always, going in this loop. And then there's all those thoughts that are playing in your subconscious that you're not even aware of. So meditation is this really amazing tool to cultivate awareness, one, and then two, to integrate these higher truths that may be coming through to you if you are experiencing an awakening. It can also be a path to your awakening, because if you are constantly clouded and these clouds have begun to accumulate in such a way that they're not going anywhere, you're just in a constant state of cloud. It's really important to be able to begin to see that and then recognize the things that you need to do in order to shift it. Whether that be, forgive yourself, forgive another, or I don't know, you get to a point where, a certain thought keeps coming into your mind, and then you realize, maybe I am really worried about that, or maybe that is something that's really bothering me. But in your conscious life, you're not recognizing that. Meditation gives you the power to become aware, and awareness always transforms into consciousness because it's not playing in the background without you knowing any longer. So how do we meditate? Well, there's a lot of different schools of thought, and sometimes people like to use mantras or listen to music, but it doesn't have to be that hardcore, and it really is the simplest thing that you can do. And so one of the things for me that I really try to share and speak about are things that are accessible to everybody. So meditation is just tuning into your breath. And like I said, when those thoughts, those clouds begin to come into your mind, rather than making judgments, assumptions, or, trying to switch them, just recognize it as what it is. It's a thought, and come back into your breath. The practice of meditation is the opportunity to come into union, mind, body, and spirit. Your mind, your body, and then allow that soul to shine through. So if you've never meditated before, I'm going to try to sit back a little bit. You can sit cross-legged, or if you have bad knees or something, you can sit on a chair and just put your feet flat on the ground. And you can put your hands up, like palms up. This is receiving energy, and palms down is going within yourself. However you feel comfortable. There's so many different hand positions, mudras, that you can be doing, but these are kind of the simplest ways to get started. So you're just going to put your hands out onto your knees and close your eyes. And you're going to start to breathe. And you're just going to focus on your inhale and your exhale. And as those thoughts start coming into your mind, just return to your breath. Inhale exhale, inhale, exhale. It's a really easy and really powerful way to begin to tap into those thoughts, feelings, emotions that you have stored and locked away deep within, the closets and attics and basements of yourself. Bringing them to the light allows them to be transformed and release their grip on you. It allows your light to shine without that filter in place. So give it a try. I don't know, start with 2 minutes a day and see how you feel. And one of the things that starts to happen is you're going to start noticing my back hurts. This is all these different things. But if you just stick with it, you're going to start seeing amazing changes. And there's a reason why the most successful and powerful people on this planet, swear by meditation. Every single one of them. I've been studying, the billionaires of the world quite extensively. And this is, without fail, part of their daily routine. Start your morning with, start small, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Try to work up to 15 minutes. And see how you feel, because your breath is something you are breathing all day long. You don't even have to think about it. You're sleeping, you're breathing, you're breathing. And so to give yourself just a few moments, a couple minutes of conscious breathing or awareness of your breath and the thoughts that are circulating through your mind can really transform your life in magical ways. So that's the message for today. Love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.